open on the bottom of, or open in the bottom here, is a Stylist 833. This machine was on the channel several months ago. When I checked it out the last time, all the gears were in good shape, so I didn't replace them. However, since then, these are the feed drive gears for the feed dogs, and this one is stripped out, and this one is going grungy, and these are the original drive gears for the hook. They are not dead yet, but you have to take them out to replace these gears, so there's no point in just doing 2 gears when you need to do, or when you'll have to do the other 2 soon. So I've got a new set of gears, and as you can tell, I've already started here. This is the same procedure as the other gear set that I've replaced on the channel, and I'll link that in the video notes. I do see one more spot I need to clean before we start reassembling here. But aside from these gears, which, you know, this machine is 50 years old now, that plastic has done its time. These machines are pretty good. The timing belt that is in this machine still appears to be in good shape. That is a different project to replace, so it's another one of those when it ain't broke, don't fix it things. And that belt should be, well, we'll see what happens. If I get this machine back again, we'll probably have to do the belt, but for now, put a set of gears in. It's totally worth it because these, like I said, these gears are about 50 now. But we'll start. I had this shaft, had to slide all the way out to get the old gear off, putting our new small feed drive gear on this shaft, and then sliding it back in place. And then as we slide it in, this shaft comes up, and it also is the location for the first drive gear for the hook. And there is a washer trapped on this shaft, and that washer is a thrust washer for an E-clip that goes here. So we put our E-clip back on this shaft, and then that sets the location of the shaft in the machine. Now you'll see I got all the wiring detached and pushed out of the way. And to get the shaft out. And then the other thing that I had to unhook was, this is the reverse link. The reverse link has to come up out of the way for the lower pulley here. And once we get our teeth started, there, that pulley pops on. And I'm just gonna set one of these set screws. It's a 3/32 inch Allen key, and I'm just setting that enough to keep this washer and E-clip tight while we arrange the lower shafts, and then we're going to have to time the whole bottom side of the machine here. Now this lever for the reverse, it has a flat that it sets on. So we change our stitch length to the shortest one, and then our hex key comes in, and we rotate this until we get the flat in place underneath that link. And I tighten that a little bit and then wiggle back and forth. Make sure that's on the flat. That should all have stayed in position. Okay. Since I've got my shaft here back on, I can put my wiring back in place. Come on. This was not any easier to put in the first time or to take out, so. There we go. And then, in order to get enough movement for that to wriggle around, I took the wire out of this guide. So just loosen this white panel, put that wire in the guide. Those wire guides keep the wires from flopping around and getting onto the getting in the way of anything, so. All right. Stick our cover back on. Okay. So now we got these two gears in place. And we put the E-clip on here and got this pulley back on and just lightly in place. Next up is this shaft, which is the feed drive shaft, or feed dog drive shaft there, and that came out through this drive cam, and this needs to have our, I keep forgetting these set screws are in a little deeper. You got to loosen them so that you can slide your shafts through. All right. Now this shaft has an E-clip on the end of it, and then as we pull this a little bit further, you can see there's a flat here. That flat is where this jam or this set screw rode when I took this apart. Now, Alright, I've got this set screw for this gear that I'm going to snug a little bit. I'm actually going to put this in because to time this lower part, you start on the belt end here and make sure your belt is connected up real good. And then we need our feed dogs to be coming up as the machine is raising the needle. So there's the needle coming up. There's the bottom here. There are two timing marks on here. I'm trying to remember what these marks are set at. I do not have the manual for this, so. I'll line up all three of these marks here. And it occurs to me that there's a this definitely, I think I put that shaft in backwards. That's the problem we have here. Alright, let me slip this out and face it the other way. Alright. Tapped about a bit. The needle bar is all the way down. These two lines are lined up on the motion for the on the motion for the feed dogs. Although I was right the first time I had this shaft in. This E-clip goes on the other end because the drive, helical gears for the drive, pull the shaft that way, and the E-clip has to keep the shaft from floating that direction. So let me flip this. Having turned the shaft around twice, timing way easier. The E-clip on the end, this set screw on the flat here, and then I've got this gear set, lined up my two timing marks, turn the machine so the needle is at its lowest point, these two timing marks, and then just hold everything steady and gently rotate this gear into place as it meshes, and put our set screw in. And now the feed gears are in time, and all we have left is to put this other hook drive gear on. And let's see now. This is a smaller, yeah, this is an itty bitty hex key. So let me make sure these two set screws are out of the way there. This is the one with the big hole in it, and I believe this one goes in place first, and then as you can see there's a mesh problem with the gears, so you take this gear and slide it out. I don't think our mesh is even there. I'm going to settle this Oh, it is even, okay. Alright. Now for our hook timing, get our needle bar set about there, and loosen that screw, rotate our hook. Oh, I didn't get these. Okay. Let's set our gear mesh again. Use our bottom gear for our hook, which bobbin case and everything out of there. Throw a needle in, and then we'll set our hook timing with the fresh gears. And we want to set our hook timing on the left because our needle is, because our hook goes counterclockwise. Alright. Maximum zigzag. Setting our hook timing just like any other machine. Don't turn it while you're turning it over to get at this gear, and then we'll tighten the set screws on this new gear. Double check that. Okay. And on this side, it goes down, it starts to come up. There's our hook. Perfect. Okay. All 4 new gears. Tiny dab of fresh grease. And this machine is ready to go back in service. I will oil it back up and send it back out to the charity group I'm working with.